welcome back to In the Trenches. Got Coach Juice here.
Coach Tev. We got a special guest here we're about to introduce to y'all, man. We ain't gonna take so much time, we're gonna get straight into it. You know what, Coach, we're gonna let you introduce yourself.
Coach Washington, head football coach at Lutheran East High School, Cleveland Heights, Ohio.
If you don't mind, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but just
thank you guys for inviting me, man. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you coming on, giving us your time tonight. We could have been somewhere else doing something else, But how long you been coaching?
I'm going into my 12th year now. Started off over at Warrensville. Did some time at University School, and now I'm here at Lutheran East High School.
How long been head coach?
So I've been a head coach at Warrensville for 5 years, and then I did the last 3 years here over at Lutheran East High School. And then I took some time and did some time over at University School, and the ideal was, I had to figure out I wanted to grow. And so I left Warrensville after those 5 years, and I decided to take a job over at University School because I said I want to see how these guys do this. Because we all know, like, they don't seem to be as athletically talented as most of the kids that we typically coach, but they win. And I wanted to see what it is that's part of their winning makeup that I can use when I get back at the helm again. So I took some time over there and stole some of their things that they put in place, made some adaptations, and brought it back to my next stop, which was Lutheran East High School.
Coach, what has been the biggest challenge for you as coach of Lutheran East, and how do you look forward to addressing that moving forward?
Well, the biggest challenge is, and some reason I've been lucky or unlucky enough to find my head coaching spots at basketball schools. So, the biggest challenge is, coming on board, getting the right kids in place, and changing the mindsets of the football players. Because when you got a basketball program as successful as Lutheran East, a lot of kids just look at the school as a basketball school, and they rest their laurels on that. And at my first stop, I tried to battle it, like, no, this ain't no basketball school, blah 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 this, blah blah that, combat with the basketball program. But then I sat back at Lutheran East, and yeah, it's a basketball school, but I want you to look at how them guys work. The way those guys work for that basketball program. If you take that, any type of program, soccer, lacrosse, if they work as hard as those basketball boys work at our school, they're gonna be successful. So we ain't gonna complain about what they're doing. Let's match their work, and then we'll match their success. So, but the biggest problem, going back to what you said, is taking that image of you only come here to play basketball. You can come here, play football, be successful, learn the game of football, get a great education, and move forward with your life, whatever that may be. So.
And when we're talking about education, can you tell us what are some of the differences? I know you have taught in both the public and private sector. So can you tell me some of the difference between those particular types of education?
So like today in Ohio, man, to be quite honest with you, you have private, you have public, you have private, and then you have that upper level private. So from, let's say, at Warrensville and Lutheran East, the major difference is, man, the level of expectation of the student. We have a level of expectation, and they're going to push you and hold you to that level of expectation. Quite honest with you, man, I like how our school is set up. We're 99% African American, Catholic, parochial, Christian school. Christian school, not Catholic. Cancel that Catholic, man. The Lutherans and Catholics are like Hatfields and McCoys, man. Bloods and Crips, man. But I like the Christian-centered education, man. For me, I grew up, having to go to church, probably like most of us, man. Grandma made us get up So I like the fact that our kids can get some of that. But as far as difference, it's just the level of expectations. You got the same type of parents, same type of kids in both schools, but we just probably have more of them. Because you know what I'm saying, if I buy a car and I'm paying a car note every month on that car, guess what? I want that car to perform, right? So if I'm sending my kid to a Catholic school and I'm paying a note on that Catholic school every month, you gonna perform, right? So it's a little bit more investment with the parents, you know, and the teachers, man. Like the one thing about Catholic schools and private schools, man, is the teachers. The crazy part about it is you paying to go to school, but the teachers don't make a lot of money. So you know they there to help kids, right? You get in some public schools, man, they there to help kids, but the money keep them there even when they ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So you can have that a lot of times, but the education we got teachers that stay till after we have practice, and if our boys need some help, they ready to give them some help. So I like that aspect of it too, man. But it's challenging, man. It's challenging. You know, I'm a guy of second chances. You know what I'm saying, and 20-second chances. So sometimes that's not available. But it's at our school, man. They cater to who they're serving, man. Our chapel, which is you've been to Catholic school, man. I was worried about what was gonna happen when we got in there, because this is the first year I'm at Lutheran East, right? So it was like for me, I was going sitting with parents and telling them like, bring your son to the school. I'm gonna take care of him. Blah blah blah. You know, and with that being said, I didn't feel comfortable working at Warrensville, and I got 8-9 kids I done recruited to Lutheran East, and they got to go through the whole school day without seeing me. So I decided, man, you know, I'm gonna do what I have to do to go over in Lutheran East and work. And you know, public school and private school teachers, the difference is major, but I made that sacrifice because I believed in what I was gonna do over there and what we gonna do over there at Lutheran East. So that's
so what are some of the challenges that you see with youth coming from youth level to high school, as far as attitude, as far as work habits, study habits, of course, you know, and just their overall growth as a student athlete?
So with Lutheran East, it's a little different. You know, we have an opportunity to go pick kids, and it's a gift and a curse. We got the opportunity to go recruit kids, but at the same time, we sit and we recruit these kids, and we think they're special talents or could be potentially special talents. But that whole time we recruiting them, you know, we gassing them up. Like, hey, like in their mind, we telling the truth, but in their minds, it's like, yeah, they want me to come over here, blah, blah, blah. And then when we start coaching them, you know, coaching the game at a different level, they kind of feel like we should be catering to them because you asked me to come here, right?
They don't understand it.
Yeah, so, you know, that's the one challenge, just being able to be critiqued. You know, most of the guys, of course, we're going to go after what we believe were the all-stars. They were the all-stars in Muni League, so they think they've already arrived. And so when they get critiqued, sometimes, man, they can't take it. And, you know, I try to tell the kids, man, great players become great by listening to criticism. Once you stop listening to criticism, you can't be great, you know? And I take it to another level, like if you ever in a situation where you become comfortable, the growth of whatever you're doing has stopped. See, and that's just human nature.
And they're plateauing out.
Hey, when do we stop having pains as teenagers? When we done hit our growth. When our growth plate stop moving, we ain't got no more knee pains, no more back pains and all that stuff. As long as you're growing, your body gonna hurt, right? And that's the same thing with life. And then finally, you know, there are certain programs. I've met programs that the kids coming in, they hitting the floor running when it come to academics. And you know, so they understand that, hey, there's another aspect or component to making it to the next level, and that's academics. Actually, that's the biggest component. I tell kids, when I sit with parents, I tell them straight up and down, I'm probably one of very few African American head coaches in the greater Cleveland area that's actually an educator. I mean, just check around. Everybody else done picked up some job in the school district or something so they can coach, right? I'm probably one. So when I sit with parents, you know, my biggest focus is education. I know I can make your kid a better student. I know that. Like, that's my job. And I tell them, I know your kid already knows football. Like, they've been playing football since they're 6. Now they gotta learn how to play school, right? Because that's what's gonna prevent them from getting to the next level, is your ability to play school. So that's another challenge, just getting them to embrace school. Just play the game of school.
The transition to actually becoming a student athlete.
Yeah, right.
Good take, Coach.
Appreciate that for sure, man. So with that being said, what advice would you give to the students or the parents, you know, for the students that's coming up from 8th grade, Muni League, where if, you know, a grade can't hold you out of a game, something like that, where so you go to high school now, you get an F, you can't play this week.
Yeah, I tell them all the time, man. I tell them, it's gonna be days where your son come home and be like, Mom, Dad, I hate Coach Washington, man. Take me out of this school. But trust me, I've never went through the process, because look, I ain't like school either, but I ain't go to the process of getting all the degrees and stuff and taking out a couple of student loans in my advanced degree just to come mess with your son and make his life miserable. Whatever I'm doing is a benefit and a plus, and if you support me, you know what I'm saying, the sky's the limit for your kid. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell them, man, you know, cheer for your student in the classroom as hard as you cheer for your student on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Come to me about getting your son some study table time, like you come to me about getting your son some playing time. You know, if you can do that, man, we're gonna be really successful at helping this young man achieve his dream. So that's the advice I give him. You know, I had a kid, man, 6'3.5". You remember Rashawn Kennedy, man? I mean,
Running back.
he had 2,000 yards, 27 touchdowns his senior year, and this kid went to Tevin, and he called me last night saying, Coach, I need to get somewhere else. I knew Tevin got a freaking Rolls Royce for a focused price, but he got that price. They got that price because he didn't take care of his classroom business. But man, his support system on the day of the game was absolutely great. That's all I'll say, man.
You saying what's happening down that other?
Yeah, it's absolutely great.
Speaking of that, you know, and like I said, and that can change, you know, household to household. You know, because I had the opportunity to coach his older brother.
Yeah.
At Shaker Heights, so I understand, and he's doing well too.
Yeah.
Down in Kansas, at his college playing football as safety. So, Coach, we want to close and thank you for that, you know, dedicated speech that you just made. How's the season looking for you? What can we expect?
What's your goals for the season?
So my goals coming in has still been kind of trending. I want to continue to bring in 10 to 12 ninth graders every year, you know, and continue to grow kids. I think we can be just even more competitive than we last year. The goal is to actually make the playoffs again and make a run. And we know the biggest attraction to recruiting is having a winning season and getting in the playoffs and seeing where we trend. So I think, to say the least, we'll be right back in there in the recruiting hunt next year. We'll have more calls towards us than coming from us, I believe. I think our season is going to be very well. We got some good teams on the schedule. We're not ducking anyone, so to speak. And we're not driving all over the state of Ohio to find easy games. We playing right here, familiar teams. We playing in familiar fields and territories. And we look to be a great team. I put together, I was blessed to have a great coaching staff, man, that I think is going to progress our kids even faster than normally. And, you know, I think that all of that's going to take care of itself. I think this is the first year where I can just be a head coach, to be quite honest with you, since I've been coaching, maybe a couple of years at Warrensville. But this will be the first year where I can be a head coach, make sure that all the administrative stuff is done, make sure all the everything is in place, and let my coaches, man, use their great minds to be successful on the field. So I think this upcoming season is going to be something special at the Lou. I really do. I think it's going to be the first step towards, you know, letting people know this is an athletic school, athletic program, and not just a basketball school. So,
Great stuff, Coach.
yeah,
Great. Appreciate you,
no
Coach.
problem.
That being said, we're going to take this to our sponsors from the incubator CLE. We'll be right back with y'all in a couple minutes.
Oh, what's up, Des? I heard y'all just relocated, bro. Check out a new spot.
What's good, gang? Yes, sir. Welcome
good.
to the Ink, baby. New HQ.
Yeah, let's get it,
check
bro.
it out.
I'm following you. Yeah, bro. So I know y'all just got the new office downtown. So what are y'all offering, man?
Hey, man, you know, we got a passion for helping small businesses, man. Website design, social media management, content, all of that. Digital marketing, man. We're here to help your small business grow.
Oh, yeah, I'm all in for sure.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. So tell us about the space.
Yeah, so the Incubator LLC, man, we partner with Orion Co-working Ohio. This is the largest co-working organization in Cleveland, Ohio. 2 facilities right now, 3rd one coming soon. Let's check it out, man.
Let's do it. So what's available, man?
Yeah, man, so you see we got the kitchen gathering area. You get your free coffee, store your stuff, refrigerator, TV, the basics. Right behind you, copy machine, fax, you know, all your important professional documents right there. You know, we got the tall tables for client meetings, a couple different meeting rooms. This is our small conference room here. Across the waiting area, we got the large conference room. That's when you want to have like a board meeting, really want to impress a client, man.
Okay.
Let's go check out the Ink office real quick. That's where all the magic happen, man.
Oh, yeah.
The Incubator HQ, man. It's where we get it done. Service our clients. Right here in downtown Cleveland, man. Great views. Shout out to Orion Co-working. And we ready to kill it the rest of 2023, man.
Welcome back. We're back in the trenches. And we gonna make a shift from the high school sports up to the, you know, a little bit off topic. We ain't never talked about women's basketball and anything like that, but, you know, the last national championship passing by over the last few days, and the so-called controversy going on between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, it just seemed about only right, you know, to actually talk about the so-called controversy about the hand gesture Angel Reese made towards Caitlin Clark, which Caitlin Clark made the same a week before toward another player, and it was just looked at as, you know, fiery competitiveness.
Fiery competitor.
And where
battle.
Angel Reese did it, and somebody said it was a despicable action.
Right.
They tweeted out it was classless, all type of stuff like that. And we ain't no ESPN or Fox Sports, so we can say it how it is. This, you know, that's just a couple shades differential. That's all that was.
Yeah.
But how long? The big thing about it is how long. You know, how often do y'all think it's gonna be a thing?
How long? This actual incident?
This actual incident, and just in general with the colored and white athletes, because, you know, we see the same thing in football. You know, Tom Brady's a fiery competitor when he do all this yelling, and Odell Beckham's a diva, and they doing all the same stuff on the sideline. So it's you know, it's a double standard. But, you know, how long is it gonna be a double standard? What can we do to change the double standard? Can we change the double standard?
That's a hard question there. I mean, we've been trying for years to change that narrative. But I don't, as far as seeing that change, I don't see it change anytime soon. But the only way you can always do that is by having a great discussion, have some dialogue about the situation, see how you can go about having another person understand, you know, hey, we're going to understand your ground, but this is where I'm coming from, and you have to be able to agree to disagree, but find a common ground to try to move along and get to that place you want to be to, have everybody thinking the same way. But the human mind doesn't allow individuals to think the same, right? But we can have a concurrent view of situations, that can help our nation move the way it needs, move into in order to get things done, right, and to be just by everyone, and treat everybody the same and things of that sort. So like I said, the hand gesture, we saw that from the week before, what happened, and then they, so it's like, you just say, when is enough gonna be enough? Why do we all got to be subject to ridicule? And the thing of bringing both teams to the White House, I've never seen that. Only the winner goes to the White House.
I didn't even know about that until today.
Again, congratulations to LSU on that.
Isn't it like that in every sport?
Only the winner.
I never saw the winners go. I never saw the other thing.
Yeah.
Man,
What do you think, Coach, about that?
Hey, man, when is it going to change? When America changed? When America changed, man. Racism, man, that stuff was created to, do exactly what it's doing, man. Racism will make more money in America than anything else other than crime. But that's just what it is, man. Racism brought the NBA back. Without Bird and Magic, NBA was about to drown. That story. Yeah. So maybe this the league that the WNBA needed.
Like you created.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that really could be the case because they
got more TV time than anything.
They got more TV time than the NBA. Just in this,
that game was the largest viewership of any college sports game in the last 20 years or so, they were saying.
They had more time talking about the head coach. What uniform she wearing. This and that. Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, come on now, knock it off.
Yeah, but our behaviors is always described as different, though. So, like me, man, it just simple as this, man. Like, it go back to with all them riots when George Floyd, right? Mm-hmm. And people like they riot, they denounce black people. But see, like, I'm a history buff. So I go back, I tell them, I say, man, the same stuff y'all talking about us rioting for our freedoms, it's the same stuff y'all pop firecrackers on July 4th for. Like, the American Revolution was a riot, and they was on their own land. They was fighting people from England on their own land, destroying their own property, but they on dollar bills, schools, and everything else. But we thugs. So that's just how it is, man. They gonna always describe us because they don't want us to get the answer.
Yeah.
They don't want. So when we get close to the answer or making some progress, they gonna describe that behavior as negative. So that's what it is.
That's why they always try to ban books and things of that sort and keep knowledge away from individuals. And I could just say, growing up, how you've seen the trend of music. Mm-hmm. You remember we had the positive rap, and we had the, it was kind of gangster rap, but it was still the message to it. Now everything's like, we got to deal with shooting the kids, drill scene, this and that. Mm-hmm. But that's what the record company's going to push. Yeah. There's also the melodies in the music that get people going. So it's a lot of things mixed with everything else that creates what we call that socially constructed reality that they want, and that's what's going to drive the economy. Yeah. So anything that drives capitalism, of course, therefore, So, like I said, only way we get through with this, continue to have dialogue, discuss, agree to disagree, come up with some solutions, try to work through those, focus groups on things of that sort. But, it comes time people get tired of that. So.
Yeah, and that's what I think was Angel Reese, right? Man. Like, she was tired of it. Because she sat back and said, she was talking about the other day, like, everything I did this year, I was a thug, I was this, I was that. The crazy part is, 2 days before the game, Don Staley makes the whole press conference about, it ain't because we lost, but y'all gonna quit calling my girls bar fighters, thugs, and, monkeys and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And everybody thought she was sour grapes. And then the very next game, this comes up. You know, everything she said comes up. And, you know, I'm proud of Angel Reese, man. You know, when you stand up for what you believe in and stand on what you believe in, you know, I can never, you know, say anything bad about you. So I'm glad she did it.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, man, that's what's going to change. That's what's going to change when we start standing on what we do and don't care about what criticism we get. Then they'll realize, well, we might as well stop critiquing them and criticizing them for it and maybe change what we doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That white girl, great, man. She nice.
Oh,
She nice. I mean, she nice. But, and I love the fact that she did this. I love it.
Man, I ain't see no problem with either one of them doing it. Like, it's sport. We all know with sport come emotion. Come raw emotion, especially if you're passionate about it. It ain't too many
walk your walk.
out there.
Walk your walk, man. Talk your talk.
Definitely.
And at the end of the day, like Caitlin Clark said, I say to her, she was like, you know, she supposed to do that. I've been walking my walk. She supposed to give it to me.
Her turn.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, right now, for me, I'm waiting to Angel Reese a couple of coaches out here. You know? Cause they walking they walk, they talking they talk. But when I get you, I'm gonna
keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Yeah, man. I had my guy over at Bedford, man. At Bedford, man. He used to walk that walk and talk that talk. Like, man, when I get your, ooh, you know how it be.
Mm-hmm.
You play it. That's what it is, man.
And it's like that, playing, coaching, like
can't stop it.
You can't, man.
Hey, you're gonna stop it. You're gonna take this whooping. Which one is it gonna be? I mean, that's sports, man.
And Caitlin Clark was delivering it all season long. But what I like, the thing I love about her is that she could take it back.
Yeah.
You know, the media, it's really the media blowing it out of proportion. It's the media that's making it become something it's not. It's not. I didn't hear anything negative from Iowa coaching staff, from Iowa women's basketball players.
Not about that.
So it's actually like I appreciate the true athlete in it to be able to say, you know what, I've been dishing this out all season. I can take it back.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's
a
real athlete.
Dog though, man. They both gonna change the game.
They both coming back next year.
Right. They gonna these two women gonna change the WNBA, man. They are, cause this rivalry. And they might not make. I'm sure they probably both of them ain't making it back to the national championship next year. No, that'll be very. I only seen Duke and UNLV did it, went back to back, or
it was Duke and UConn, or one of them.
They went to the national championship and played each other, or maybe Duke got beat in the Final Four by UNLV, and then the next year.
No, girl, you got UConn.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the same two teams making it to play each other. Yeah, UConn and Tennessee probably did it a couple of times. I know South Carolina, UConn might have did it a couple of times too.
My question, I got just a little slight transition. My question for y'all too: how do we, those are adult college kids, high school coach, youth coach. How do we, technically we all be coaching youth. How do we prepare them for that criticism once they, for those who are fortunate to actually go to the next level? How do we prepare them for that?
Yeah, man, for me, man, you're going to have several games where you got to have that conversation before the game, during the game. Because for us, high school kids, the criticism isn't going to come from the media. It's going to come from them guys in the stripes. Mm-hmm. And, you got to tell your kids, make them aware of it, man. They don't want us to win this game, right? So don't give them a reason, And, we all talk about, man, be who you are, blah, blah. But sometimes to be successful and grow in who you are, sometimes you just got to play the game, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out and play against Eds. Not even Eds, because it don't even be those type of teams. It'd be like going out and playing against Steubenville, and duck walking into the end zone. Like you already know the Strongfield game, right?
I was shot.
Right? Yeah, like they gonna make up a whole new rule for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I tell my kids go have fun, man. Like Friday is the fun day. It's Monday through Thursday where you should hate it.
You putting in all the
work. Yeah, but Friday, That's the time to party, have fun. So have fun, but understand your environment, right? Understand where you are, and that's what you do in life all the time, man. So we do it all the time. We grow up doing it. We riding up Kinsman. As soon as Kinsman turning chagrin, we turning that radio down back in the days when we had the speakers in the back because you knew what was gonna happen. So it's a part of life, man. And but hey, if you can walk that walk, go ahead and do your thing, man. Go ahead and do your thing. But you better back it up. Because you ain't gonna have to worry about the media. You go see me first.
Well, on that, you know what I'm saying? So yes, I just think from the continuum, like when you're young, I think it's the way you work somebody.
Yeah.
You work them on the field to condition them to, to condition their mind. You also want to challenge them and push them so that you know how far they're gonna go before they break. You know what I'm saying? Then is when you scale back.
So they get that mental break.
And bring them back and build them back up. When you set them out there before the game, you already know what you're working with. Now you just got to remind them on the field what you need to do, what you don't need to do, who to watch out for, and make sure the refs, because I'm always on it as far as when people be doing dumb stuff, they like to go down there and be doing all this and all that, that comes, you know what I'm saying? But I deal with it, if we scoring a lot, if we doing this a lot, but I be like, come on, we ain't got to do all that. They're going to throw a 15-yarder on you.
Understand the moment.
You got to understand the moment, But do I want you to have fun? Yeah, go ahead, have fun, do what you do. We're going to look raw, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, but you got to understand the moment, I don't want to take, because there's always a different swag to everything we do compared to some other individuals. So we're going to come out with a different force on how we got to look and feel compared to other teams who,
right.
of a different, racial, you know what I'm saying, swag, racial and all that. So we're going to be coming out there different. So we know that coming up, just the whole cultural thing is different, but we got to know, okay, we're going to get this game of all Caucasian refs, how they going to call this game. I might know one of them, but with a game we call evenly, we know that's the thing all be in the back of our mind. It's more so the game be called evenly. I hope so. And most times you be like, okay, they call that fair. They call that fair, So, but it's always in the back of your mind. So, like I said, we were down in, I think it was 2017. We were down in, I think it was 17 or 18. We were down in Strongsville. And we were going against Strongsville at the Shaker Heights at the defensive coordinator then, and it was a close game. I think it was like 31-28 or something like that. We went for the go ahead touchdown. Our quarterback Jameer Dismuse, he high steps across the end zone, right? We know that it's a score. The score goes up on the scoreboard. Ref says touchdown, everything. Next thing you know, they're taking off the board.
That's sportsmanlike conduct.
That's sportsmanlike conduct, but that's supposed to be assessed on the kickoff.
Yeah.
We down there though in Strongsville, our sideline, going crazy. The fans going to our sideline, our fans going crazy. They over there doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So we stopping the game, trying to get the refs to understand this and that. There's some things we could have had, as far as, the rule book, this and that, you know what I'm saying? Had it there on hand to pull it out. This is the, instead of just trying to explain it to him, our AD wasn't there. He was out of town, and all type of stuff didn't go our way. But the whole thing that took us, that got us all bent out of shape at the end was, as we going out to get to the locker room, you see a number of sheriff's officers. And there's one black sheriff officer, but there's all these sheriff's officers are our locker room. Like we about to do something. But we the ones who the victim in this situation. So it was just a whole bad feel, a whole bad thing, a whole bad whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that you tell the kids, sometimes these things occur and there's things going on, and you might be the victim of some things, and you might be the victim of some things, you know, along the line, and you know, how will we deal with it, and how will we move forward from that situation? Hopefully the kids ain't scarred from it. Hopefully they can learn from the situation that we try to do, you know, and that's always been the thing that we've, you know, tried to work out. So like I said, I mean, moving forward, you know, I just think that we got to still do what we do, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully they get over it eventually.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Keep the kids first and keep the main thing the main
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, you know, with that being said, y'all, we're going to go ahead and send this to our sponsors right back at the Incubator CLE, and we'll be right back with y'all. Right back in the trenches. Right back in the trenches, ready to finish out. We're gonna close out at the pro level with the NFL players. You know, it's been a lot going on. It's draft season coming up. Draft coming up in what, 3 weeks?
3 weeks, man.
3 weeks. And
3 weeks, man.
Carolina traded for the first pick. Carolina traded with Chicago for the first pick. I mean, I seen it coming. I seen somebody trade for him. I knew Chicago was pretty much locked in with Justin Fields. He's a solid quarterback. He just wasn't given anything too much to work with his first year or two. But, you know, with that being said, if y'all, I know y'all both watch a little college ball. Y'all, you know, Carolina looking for a quarterback for the future. Who y'all looking at? Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud?
That's a tough one, man. Cause see, man, I'm a historical drafter, and I ain't always right, man. And both of these schools historically don't pan out that quarterback when you draft. Neither one of them got like no who. I mean, Alabama, Ohio State. But since in our lifetime,
Got that Mike Jones.
Mac
ain't
Jones.
pan out.
He
Over in New England.
Yeah.
Last thing I seen, they talking about trade.
Yeah, I seen they talking about trading. But, you know, on the basic numbers, they're going to have to take one of them, man. You know, Stroud is the prototype.
The height 6'4",
Yeah.
364,
Yeah.
220.
He got some bad history, too. He played for Snoop, too, in the Muni League. You know, so did, what's your boy in Pittsburgh, Kansas City now? I don't know where he at now.
Who's that?
Juju. You know.
Yeah.
But, I like Bryce, man. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't even know he was 5'10", so that's how well he was playing for me, man. The kid is baller, man. And I don't like Ohio State either, man.
Okay.
Oh, man.
They
Yeah,
stole the national championship from my boys.
I think
Miami, man. They stole that
it's
boy.
my early days.
I think Bryce Young, he a winner. He a winner, but I think C.J. Stroud is more pro ready. You want somebody to drop back, throw the ball 30, 40 times, and be that commander in the pocket.
Be able to sit in the pocket and take it.
Now he also can run when he want to, but he don't really do that.
He said, I wasn't ready in college either.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get to the league. He might run
You
more.
know, but he might run
More
now.
once he get his money.
Right, but on the passing game, he can hit all those throws.
Yeah.
Got a good knowledge of the game. I mean, Bryce, you know, he got a good knowledge. He got a good knowledge as well. He hit tad short. You know, the bigger line in the NFL, so he had to be looking at those windows and seeing how he gonna get that ball out. But I'm sure they'll be able to, construct some type of offense for him to be successful. You know. So I'm gonna get a nod to CJ just because I'm a Ohio State guy, but you know, I mean, Bryce, you cool too, you know, but I think number one gonna be CJ. I think Carolina is looking for. I mean, they did the
Pro day.
no, what's the guy from the Browns? Who's there?
Baker,
Oh,
the short guy,
They
yeah.
already did the Baker.
Baker messing it up for Bryce. He
So-
is.
They gonna look for. a
And
quarterback
Kyler
who's
too,
taller,
quite
taller,
honestly.
We got them same, you know,
Right.
got that
And
same
Kyler
name
too.
So
for
I
stuff
think
coming
that's
in
gonna be
too.
the, you know what I'm saying, the thing they're going forward with that.
But you know the crazy thing, both of these boys from California, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. When you can play ball all year
No, I
round.
think it's Stroud from California.
Yeah, Stroud for California.
Okay.
Yeah, remember he grew up playing with Snoop and them.
Okay.
Yeah, that Sunshine.
Yeah, so yeah.
If I'm Carolina, I'm probably going with Charlotte too. More so because if it's tight,
man.
just unbiased, not being biased. If it's tight, and I done had Baker Mayfield, and I see how Kyler Murray doing in Carolina. I see how the shorter quarterbacks are performing right now.
They had
And it's tight. I'm gonna roll with the
they
taller
had
guy.
whatchamacallit too
No.
though. Sam Darnold,
Yeah, Sam.
the prototype.
Sam Darnold just wasn't really good.
Sam Darnold.
He wasn't good. He didn't have good enough numbers in college to
he
get
got-
that. I don't know how he jumped.
See, my
Like,
whole thing, a lot of these cats just trash can, but you know you still get these cats being drafted. I mean, I know a lot of you know, it'd be the thing like you'd be able to sit at home, you'd be a couch, you know what I'm saying, quarterback, just sitting at home on the couch and like, you know what, we supposed to be drafting such and such. The ones you always say that about, who become stars,
right.
and you out here drafting this guy who ain't even going to pay
Right.
out.
Yeah.
You know it, we know it at home. What they be evaluating about and how they go about their things is a whole different thing. So
They better hit.
I don't know.
They better hit. Cause like for me, man, Chicago would have been stuck with that number one.
Oh yeah.
Like why trade with Chicago? Cause that's the team you got to worry about drafting your quarterback.
They feel that somebody else is gonna jump up there and try to get that quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, but you still got two, and I think they won A, 1B, and not because they both great like that, but I'm talking about the difference. Like when I look at the draft, I look at how far is number one away from number two. Like if it's a big gap, yeah, then I gotta jump. But if that gap, do you think Bryce and Stroud that far apart where you gotta jump up because you don't want somebody to take your guy and you be stuck with the other guy?
Depending on the offense that the coordinator runs.
Yeah, I was about to say that plays a role into it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have jumped. They would, cause look, I look at it like this: if they do take Stroud, Chicago, you gotta get rid of Fields, and you, quite honestly, they the same guy. Stroud a little bit more proficient of a passer.
I'm gonna say Phil gonna use some legs.
Yeah,
More.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the other guys end up being the best quarterback out of this draft.
Yeah, well, Richardson or Levis.
Yeah, Richardson. I like Richardson attributes.
Yeah.
But when you talk about that stuff, I always go back to Brady Quinn. After all that pro day, all they talked about is your quarterback was able to bench 225 25 times. How that helped me on the field?
That was terrible.
But the thing with Richardson, I think he actually got solid film.
Yeah,
like,
he do.
The thing, he was like Pat Mahomes coming out. Like, not trying to compare the two, but Pat Mahomes wasn't going against, like, him at Texas Tech, he's not going against the Bamas, the Ohio States. He ain't going against the Clemsons. He had a game against Oklahoma.
But was he winning?
Nah, not consistently. He was just putting up good numbers.
I mean, but was he efficient?
I mean, shit.
So he
Baker was supposedly efficient.
So what I'm saying though, he's with an
And
efficient coordinator. So he with Andy Reid. Andy Reid is an efficient coordinator. So you can't compare a quarterback coming out who's with subpar coordinator to someone who's with a coordinator who has a lot of experience of being in those big games and scheming people to be successful.
And what they was able to do with him.
Yeah, and
they was able to sit Mahomes that first year and knock out all them kicks to his game.
Richardson would have to be in the right. All of them really have to be in the right situation because.
Yeah, I don't see no generational quarterback in this drive.
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're pumping people up.
Yeah, you got it. But every year, don't you find a quarterback?
They put them in the hype machine every year. So
every year they're gonna find 2 or 3 quarterbacks to put.
Hype up.
Yeah, because there ain't gonna be no draft without one. You know.
Without the hype behind it.
What about your boy Jalen Carter though? Oh my God. It's something in the waters down in Miami, man. That high school, man, I was listening to the radio, man, they say every guy that got drafted out of that high school stock dropped right before the draft. Warren Sapp came from the same high school. And there was another guy that we're talking about. Like it always drop.
We know always do like when they do their preseason and stuff, they send out the letters to the schools like, hey, tell me a little bit about this kid, blah blah.
Yeah.
They reaching back.
Yeah.
What he been doing? What this young man?
Man,
If they didn't
they
feel
like,
it.
well, who was that? Larry Tunsil, they found something, they found him with the gas mask or something, right? Like a couple days before the draft.
Mm-hmm.
They did, like, I don't know who it is, but they always reaching for something.
Hey, sometimes I think it's the team that won the fall that put that stuff out there, man.
Yeah.
I would. Hey, let it fall in my lap.
And then still draft.
Yeah.
Fall right to you.
Tampa probably put that Warren Sapp story out. like Minnesota got Moss, man. You got Moss that late in the draft, man.
Because one, he's supposed to be bad attitude.
Yeah, went to two different schools. Weed test failures and all of that.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame right at the end of it.
You gonna talk about your boy?
Lamar.
No, I want to jump on it.
Hey,
First
first
quarterback talk, man.
Before we get in deep into Lamar Jackson, I would say the greatest move of the Cleveland Browns over the last 5 years was giving that guaranteed contract to. That's the best defense they done played against the Ravens. That's the best defense they done played. That's how you stop Lamar Jackson.
We gonna start this off with you. Is Lamar coming back to Baltimore next year?
This is what I see with Lamar. Lamar will come back if they give him over that $200 million guaranteed. Not no $200 million guaranteed, but $103 guaranteed with another $40 million guaranteed if you do it. Nah, $200 million guaranteed and some weapons around him. He the only one in the NFL out of all these star quarterbacks when they had no receivers.
I agree.
None.
Is that the receiver coach or is that the?
That's the owner. That's the owner, the GM. Owner, GM, and head coach.
Damn, man, they done picked some bad receivers.
So he ain't no receivers to work with. And then that's why, him getting hurt, he done got hurt in the pocket all the time.
Quarterbacks get hurt whether they
But the
pocket
thing is,
passes.
he haven't got hurt running the ball.
It's gonna.
He got hurt escaping, trying to get away from somebody knocking,
Your boy in Buffalo done got hurt running around with the ball.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes still got hurt.
I was about to say Pat Mahomes got hurt in the pocket and running the ball. It's just
It go back to the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark situation. Man, ain't no way in hell the NFL gonna have top 2 paid quarterbacks in the league, both with melon in their skin.
Lamar Jackson ain't look, Lamar Jackson ain't get back
Made a
on
lot
the
of
field
sense.
until he get paid. So he gonna sit out and force them to field after what y'all missing.
And he wants his money.
What y'all think about this whole thing with it's like the owners and the
collude.
Yeah, collude.
They collude.
They don't.
They collude. You know they saw each other back here. They know they saw each other back here.
You see, they saying they don't want Lamar to get that. They don't mind him getting that contract, but they don't want him to get it without an agent.
They don't care about
They said that problem to get players too much power, and it pretty much started to put the agency business out of it.
The agency business need to be put out of business. What is you doing for me, man? Other than talking, I can talk for myself.
And that's kind of the thing. Like he want to talk for himself. They say he need an agent. Hell, he a grown man. He want an agent, get an agent. If he don't, he don't.
You can't trust these agents too much.
I think it's mine.
Working backdoor deals.
Consultant or something like that.
Yeah, they be working backdoor.
Yeah, backdoor. Man, I tell
time.
Lamar this the best deal, man. You just slot me an extra 5-6 million. You save 30, give me 5, and we give Lamar this. I wouldn't be surprised. But hey, man, you know he about that money because he don't want to give a dime to nobody else.
Right.
That's why he ain't got no agent. All this money staying in the family.
But you gotta think though, but also he a good businessman. So people don't understand he got some music stuff going on. Where he managing his few new artists that he got advertising, then he got restaurants. Now he got like stuff he going into each other with like that little perfect young thing. But he keeping his residual income. I counted at least 4 streams.
Yeah.
Plus the money he made, and he don't spend big. He not buying no big.
He ain't flashy, dude.
$30 million house, we taking mortgage out. He probably got something simple.
Yeah, we'll
Sit this over here. I'm gonna, build this on up, flip this. Do I got to do with that? And he doing that. So can he? Yeah. When you ain't had no money, hell, I sit out for 20 years.
Yeah, that's why he probably prepared.
I'm gonna go ahead and take these losses But somebody gonna pay me this money.
Like Carson
You know what
Palmer
I'm
said.
saying?
Somebody gonna need a quarterback at the end of the day.
Somebody
And
gonna pay me this money.
Do y'all really think that they gonna go through, like, it's always quarterback needy teams. Y'all think they gonna go through this draft, go through all this offseason without offering?
You just gave, what's that fool name? You just gave that boy, dude from New York. What's his name?
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Daniel Trash Can Jones.
Dang down.
40 mil. He threw 15 touchdowns. He fucking trash. You just gave him $40 million. For what?
He got him to close to the promised land.
Man, they gave Kirk 2 of them guaranteed.
Hey, no, they gave 2 of them 3 year, $150 million
Look,
guaranteed.
they got better because they bought that D coordinator over there.
Yeah.
So, in New York? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what people understand. He threw 15 touchdowns. So all he did was ball control. I could have got anybody in there to do that. Hey, boy, I'm throwing on interceptions. Touchdown, hold on to the ball, the paper up, ground control, pound it out. You got, you know what I'm saying? Wink Martindale over here. He gonna control it, boom, boom, instant. What? Playoffs.
Sack rate went up. Interception rate went up.
Simple. But he don't deserve no $40 million. So if he deserved $40 million, Lamar deserved what?
What are you asking for?
Come on, man.
I mean, at the end of the day, man,
Come on.
I'm telling you, Jimmy
on,
sitting
man.
back in the office and Bria laughing like this is
Laughing.
exactly how it was supposed to go.
God damn it.
Everybody thought this was about
He
signing
laughing,
Deshaun.
man. He
Hey,
laughing,
and
man.
the thing is, they knew soon as he signed that contract, we knew he was gonna restructure.
I knew it was gonna be like
We
that.
knew he was gonna
Yeah,
restructure.
yeah.
And this is the funny thing about it. They waited until a specific time. What was it? They waited until like 2 days
Yeah,
after it was a
before-
point
yeah.
where like, Baltimore basically owed Lamar an extra like $5 or $6 million if they get the contract done to restructure the contract.
Yeah. Hey, the crazy
Hey, B, keep going though.
and the crazier part about all of this, man, is quite honestly, man, they gave him this money knowing that Lamar Jackson had already accomplished more things than Deshaun Watson. So what we giving them, they can't have no refutable evidence not to pay Lamar Jackson, man. This dude was a league MVP.
Only
Playoffs
places
every
that-
year he
You
started.
gotta count for something.
Yeah.
You gotta count for something.
And I love his trump
man.
card. I ain't playing these playoffs. I'm gonna show y'all why y'all need to play to pay me.
I mean,
Something as simple as
I mean, he probably a little bit hurt, but
He could have played.
but me being paid, I can play.
No,
no, right? That's what I'm saying.
Me having security behind me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this hard thing.
So
Yeah.
he was physically able to play.
Right.
Yeah.
Without the finances in order, then
Right.
it is.
A bad knee of Lamar Jackson is 12 times better than a healthy.
Well, for myself, I've been a Baltimore fan, man, since '96. Hopefully, Lamar get this deal done. Hey, I got this flag down here. Hey, man, that motherfucker be looking just like Lamar at. Wherever he at, the Juice Man gonna be at. So,
Hey.
we ain't playing around.
Hey.
Lamar gonna ahead get that contract
With
done.
that being
man.
said, we gonna probably have a little more progression towards that next week. Go Browns.
All day.
We'll catch y'all next week in the trenches. Peace.
Out of here.
You heard what it says.